Welcome to Pitch Day. My name's Jeff Sailing. I'm one of the co-founders at Startup NV and a general partner at Fund NV and 1864. Today, we're going to hear from two founders, Eric Adams from Dog and Whistle and Nick Jones from NGENX. Today, we're here. It's Pitch Day for 500K. These Nick and Eric made it through a little bit of a gauntlet. Usually there's about 10 companies applying for every person who gets to pitch here on Pitch Day. So appreciate you guys going through the process of doing what we ask you to do so that you're in shape to pitch. Startup NV is Nevada's statewide startup incubator and accelerator. And we operate 7 free programs for our nonprofits that are directed at entrepreneurs. We operate 4 investment funds. Now we get those grants, the nonprofit, we are supported by largely by government grants and corporate sponsors. And we get additional support from our founders who get investment from us. They donate a little bit of their equity to the nonprofit, which hopefully will be worth a lot of money someday. And the investment funds that I'm part of also donate part of their profit back to the nonprofit as well. So we hope over time that those donations of equity and profit from the investment funds lead to the place where the nonprofit doesn't have to apply for government grants anymore. It'll be worth a lot of money, and it might be donating to other things. That's the game plan over about 10 years. So our fortnightly Pitch Day offers companies an opportunity to pitch to get access and admittance to our accelerator, and that comes with an investment from Fund NV. We add to that investment by going to our network and saying, hey, Fund NV is investing in this company, $100,000. Our syndicate adds money to that. And then that whole thing gets matched by the state of Nevada, dollar for dollar. And that program, the Nevada's SSBCI program, is part of the ecosystem that we live in and all of you here live in. Since 2021, our funds have directly invested about $12 million in 24 different startups. Now, in addition to that, our partners like the state of Nevada and others have added about $25 million to the $12 million we've invested. The $12 million we've invested is currently worth about $68 million. So if you are an investor in one of our funds or one of our SPVs, you should be pretty happy. That since 2021, we have about a 5x multiple on the money that we've invested in the companies that we've invested in. So now for the legal disclaimer. Come on in. Today's pitches are for investment from our legally compliant venture funds and syndicate. It's restricted to SEC accredited and Nevada certified investors. We welcome the community to attend here in person and online for educational purposes, but these pitches should not be considered a general solicitation for investment from the general public. I'd like to thank our sponsors, the City of Las Vegas, Clark County, Governor's Office of Economic Development, the EDA, and the USDA, and Brian, if he's in the room somewhere, for providing this lovely facility for us today. I mean, isn't this a cool spot? Really cool. So for those of you who are looking for a co-working space or want to do an event like the one we're doing here, talk to Brian from Woven Workspaces. It's really cool. It's like a step back into my childhood in the late 70s. All the paneling, the look, the vibe is very cool. All right, Mr. Jones, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. If I wasn't sure if there was something else that you needed to discuss beforehand, but I can.
Nope. No, we go right to you. So why don't you start sharing? As soon as I see the slides come up, Maggie will start the timer and we will begin.
All right.
So please, everybody, let's welcome Nick Jones from NGENX.
Thank you, Jeff. I really appreciate that. So as Jeff said, my name is Nick Jones and I'm the founder of NGENX. And what we are is we are a team of analytical experts with unique expertise in analytical chemistry, surface chemistry, and battery manufacturing. And over the past couple of years, we have identified ways to analyze battery chemistry coupled with operational performance, which actually gives us keen insight into building the best battery informatics and decisioning platform in the world. So if you've been paying attention, or maybe you've been watching the news, or maybe you're in social media playing around with AI, maybe you've heard that artificial intelligence is the future. And maybe more importantly to this presentation, you've even heard how billions of dollars are being dedicated to data center infrastructure. But what doesn't get talked about is the battery energy storage systems that will be needed to make the AI dream a reality. Additionally, the average person knows almost nothing about FERC regulations and how they're changing how utilities can share power across regions. Batteries are critical to our future economy, and battery health, specifically performance and life expectancy, is more like a ticking time bomb for the US economy. In fact, there was an article that came out today that even covered this related to a lot of the tariffs and US manufacturers needing to work with the supplies that they have. So the truth is, nobody knows the true health and life expectancy of the batteries we use or how real world usage impacts the lifespan, warranty, or even the resale for second life use. That you actually have to worry about volatility in some of these systems catching fire. Our mission at NGENX is to create the world's most comprehensive battery informatics database that will serve as the foundation for battery energy storage systems and real-time modeling for AI automation. Nearly all autonomous operations relying on battery electrification will need access to a data set like ours, and even more so, the predictive analytics platform we are building. While a lot of data sets will be used to train AI, NGENX will have the critical data sets that marries that operational performance with chemistry analysis to deliver more accurate data and better results. So what makes us special? Well, we have unique IP, and we have a lot of future patents in the pipeline, and we have a lot of trade secrets, as you might imagine. As illustrated in this slide, one of our core pending patents, which is how we are it's actually how we are taking all of that operational data and marrying our core models to create features, effectively our proprietary confidence scoring that is built on our battery manufacturing knowledge. Why might our confidence scoring be the right way to build our decisioning platform? Well, it's because Big Pharma has used this methodology for decades, and it works for all of the supporting services and markets who rely on that assessment. The battery informatics and analytics market will be no different. The increased value and reliance on AI-driven automation creates a tremendous opportunity across operational and commercial services measured in the hundreds of billions of dollars. NGENX will provide the necessary battery informatics data sets to allow these supporting industries to make the right decisions where historical data may not otherwise exist. Everything from compliance, leasing, insurance, second life arbitrage, performance, and predictive decisioning all have some level of dependence on accurate battery informatics. We've seen this story before with internal combustion engines, and data will be needed for battery electrification. Now, a Google search or ChatGPT query will tell you that companies have been trying to address this problem for a while, but they're coming up short. Battery performance, and this is key, battery performance and the chemistry is the blind spot nobody sees as clearly as us. If you look at the competitive landscape, there's a lot of technical debt for the companies on the left, and new models require them to reorient their methods. We are starting with the focus of building a training set for level 4 and level 5 automation, as well as battery energy storage systems, which is probably going to be a never-ending market. To start, we've identified a valuable opportunity for our decisioning platform and our proprietary predictive feature set. If we solely focus on golf carts, forklifts, and UTVs, which are analogous to Class 3 and Class 4 vehicles, we know that we can generate $10 to $25 per vehicle per month in an average fleet of vehicles, which is typically in the hundreds of units per client. We could generate revenue while collecting valuable operational data to enhance our predictive models, develop our data analytics platform, and continue to build out our proprietary data set. Under that same model, looking out 5 years, even a small targeted market just focused on golf carts and golf cart manufacturers generates meaningful revenue, which could help to sustain the company while we enhance our data set, which would open a number of other markets. To ensure our success, we have a very clear strategy for data acquisition, which is kind of the key. Having already received commitments in various industries to increase operational intelligence. While it is true that the market is emerging and quickly evolving, Our value proposition is resonating in the real world with real companies. Anyone looking to optimize for cost performance and/or safety is very interested in what we are building and makes anyone in each market segment not only a potential client, but in some cases, like Toyota or even Amazon, ideal corporate venture partners. We know our goals are pretty big, but when you set out to build the standard in the industry, you need an experienced team with an innovative spirit capable of separating your company from the competition. We have experienced operational leadership and brilliant scientists, and with more than 50 years experience in enterprise SaaS systems and more than 80 years in analytical surface and battery chemistry, we have a team that will get the job done. To start, we are seeking $4 million under a convertible note with a 20% discount into Series A. Our core use of funds will be data acquisition, like operational data and battery performance data science development, such as parameterization of the data, predictive algorithms, and feature sets, and then general operations, because quite frankly, AI hasn't taken over completely yet. So I appreciate your consideration and time, and if changing how the world adopts and understands battery electrification excites you, we'd love to have you along for the journey. That is a quick and dirty conclusion to my presentation. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have. Thank you, everyone, for your time.
Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, Nick. Yay. Wow, what a crowd we have today. I mean, full room. There's people standing outside. My goodness. Thanks, everybody, for coming out. And to Nick's point, I'm going to double down on his anti-Delaware commentary. We have a bill in our legislative session, this session, called AJR 8, Joint Resolution 8, that would set up chancery courts in Nevada. They would be appointed business judges, and we have to change our constitution to do that because we elect judges in Nevada. So it has to pass through the legislature twice, and then we vote on it. So 4 years from now, when it comes up for votes, vote in favor of whatever AJR 8 becomes, because it will increase our revenue in Nevada by people registering here versus Delaware by about $2 billion a year. And we'll actually have expert business judges deciding these really complicated cases with IP. Some of the stuff that Nick was talking about, where, I mean, you bring up this guy violated my patent. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. You have to understand all the battery chemistry and all this other stuff. You know, the everyday criminal court judge is not going to understand that, right? So you want to have somebody who's sitting up in front of that courtroom who's been appointed that understands that stuff. So AJR 8, not very sexy, but those of us in the business community who care about that kind of stuff, very important. So they're calling it Dexit, like DE, Delaware exit. Very cool. Sorry, I geeked out on you for a minute there. Investors, if you liked what you heard from me up top, which I'll repeat again, we've done $12 million investing, 24 companies, currently worth $67.5 million. So we generally pick them well, we support them well. So if you are an investor who's thinking about, hey, should I invest in startups? Please jump on our startupnv.org, say, I'm an investor. It'll lead you down a path to present you with a bunch of options. You'll probably eventually end up talking to me or Leith. Where'd Leith go? He's not here. He's out there preserving a seat for somebody in the room. And we'd love to talk to you about becoming an investor in one of our funds. So if you wouldn't mind, follow us on LinkedIn. We put a lot of information out there. That's how you know about who's pitching on the next pitch day. Also, we have a lot of content out there on YouTube, so follow us there. No TikTok yet. But we do Facebook a little bit, Twitter a little bit, but mostly LinkedIn and YouTube. And thanks again to today's founders for coming out here and pitching today. So let's give them another round of applause. And if you like this kind of stuff, join us again in 2 weeks to see two additional Nevada investors present their companies to you. And until then, take care of yourself. And if you can, someone else too. We will see you back in 2 weeks.